Greetings, fellow rally riders. This is Tim, and this video is about the leg profile. I use that to determine the number of planning bonus locations, target bonus points for the leg, given the total leg hours and my ride pace capabilities. I define a ride pace as a demonstrated and consistent overall moving average miles per hour while on the clock. Your GPS will give you the moving average while you're on the clock pretty readily, and the overall average is the total rally miles divided by the total rally hours. You can go back and look at your history to determine that. Why is it important? Because it's a pretty good metric used to help you plan the rally. And as you can see by this scatter diagram plot, this is the last 8 iron butt rallies by finishing position average miles per hour for the overall average. It's pretty well demonstrates that if you want to get on the podium, you're going to have to consistently ride north of 45 miles an hour overall. This is the gold area, and as you can see that the line just kind of goes down. That's based on a analysis I did on past iron butt rallies, and I've got that spreadsheet available for everybody to see. Here's our diagram there, and this is the list of the last 8 iron butt rallies. That's where that average came from, and I've got every person's overall average put in there. Got to excuse me, I'm getting a cold, so my voice cracks up a little bit. But you can see it's pretty in-depth. This is the summary page. The data for each one of those is on the spreadsheets over here. So at your convenience, take a look at that. So using the ride pace, we can determine the time budget for the leg. Use the overall and the moving average. I've determined to my satisfaction that there are really basically only 4 things you can do while on the clock. And they can be divided into moving time, pit stop time, rest stop time, and bonus stop time. That's the metric that we're interested in to find out so that we can create a leg route. But you have to know what these guys are so that you can determine that. I define everything that is to refuel, refresh, repair, and replan as a pit stop. And this is pretty well defined. That's pretty well defined. And this is what we're looking for. We want to know how much time we have to hunt bonuses. This is the mathematics behind that. It's simple 6th grade math to determine each one of those. Of course, the bonus time, total leg hours, minus moving time, minus pit stop time, minus rest time, and you can determine each one of those. This is how you use the overall average and moving average. That gives you the planning miles. Take the planning miles, divide it by the moving average, gives you the moving time, number of pit stops, how many miles you're going to go in the route, and divide it by your fuel endurance. This is the amount of miles that you use to ride the motorcycle before you have to stop to get fuel. Probably stop a little bit before that, but it's not the run out of gas miles, it's your usable miles. That gives you your pit stops, rest stops. Define it by how many hours you want to spend every 24-hour period, and the time is determined there. This is what we're interested in. How many bonus stop times can you get? This will tell you right here. You take the bonus time and divide it by your average time you stop for a bonus, and it gives you the number. And I've always found it helpful to know what my point target was, and this chart kind of lays that out. You want to determine the number of bonus, the leg bonus point objective, given the announced minimum points and the number of planned bonus locations and ride pace. The Rally Master will tell you approximately how many bonus points you got to have to be in the running to be a finisher. And if you subtract out the give me bonuses, I call them the admin bonuses of tracking or fuel if it's not the RBR, call in and rest, that gives you the number of bonus location points that you got to find to get. And apply a percentage above the minimum. If you only want to do 100% of the minimum, you're going to be in good finishing territory. But if you want to get into the color, you're going to have to apply a percentage to that. Then you want to pick a route that meets or exceeds the number of points for the planned bonus locations. Okay. And for the leg 2 that's I'm using in this demonstration for 2013, these are the statistics based on the moving and overall averages. And you can do this with a chalkboard, or you can do it with a piece of paper and a big crayon and a calculator, or you can use a tool. I've developed one called the Rally Leg Plan tool. And this is the leg sheet, the leg profile sheet. And we have the Rally critical elements up here where you enter the start time and the checkpoint time. It'll calculate, if you set the time zones, it'll calculate the correct hours and the time difference. The minimum bonus points that you want to get to in the for 2013 leg 2, they said that by the end of that leg you should have a minimum of 37,500 points, and subtract the 14,000 from the leg 1, and that gives you that number there. Well, I'm going to subtract out the admin bonuses there, and that gives me my 100% target location bonus point value. I want to get in the gold territory, so I'm going to multiply that times 135, and that's going to be a target. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, just means that you know where you got to go. The green areas here are the places where you fill in. It's got complete instructions over here on how each one of those work. And each cell has a context tab that tells you what to do with it. So I'm going to use 2 hours planning. And this is the total time from picking up your packet at 6 a.m. in the morning to when you're on the motorcycle. So it's kind of important to have all your gear on when you go down and get your packet. That way you don't spend time on the clock putting your gear on. Just grab your jacket, put your helmet on, get on the motorcycle after you've selected your route and loaded everything up. I'm using 47.5 miles per hour as my overall average, and here's the moving average. As you can see, if you change these things, let's say I'll set it to the historic 42 miles an hour for the Iron Butt Rally, and it changes everything. So it does all the math for you. All you got to do is put in your numbers. Oops. Fuel endurance. Most of these are pull-down menus, and like this one here, you can select the number of hours that you do. If you do it in less than 2 hours or more than 2 hours, just chain this and it will adjust everything. I have some override cells in here that if after, say, you plan a route and you didn't use 26 stops, but you used only 23, put in 23 there, and it makes the adjustment for you, and it adds it to the slack time. If you don't like 10 minutes for your pit stop times, you like a little more, a little less, you can select anything you want here. If you select, say, let's drop that down to 7 minutes, and you can see it's going to adjust everything, give you a little more slack time. That's the idea, is build that slack time. Okay. All of this is designed so that you can do the vast majority of it before the rally begins. So you can do it tomorrow if you like. Set one up for each leg. All you need to know is the start time and the checkpoint time, locations. You won't know any of this stuff. You won't know any of that stuff, but you will know all of this that you just put in as placeholders. Okay, so that's the Rally Leg Plan tool, leg profile sheet. In our timing out the route, I use this portion here. I've got leg 2 in there already, and it uses the information on the leg profile as far as pit stop times and rest times, and it plugs it right into the spreadsheet, and it times it out and gives you your slack times. There it is right there. So that's the method that I use to prepare so that I can pick a route out. I know how much time I'm going to have to select a route for bonuses, and I build the highest point value that I can for that. All right, hope this was helpful. Thank you very much.